drove over the bridge.
Yeah, look at the marinas. The ice in the marinas is still fine.
Oh, in the marina part.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're still ice fishing.
Yeah.
Even though the river's completely open.
Yeah, but the marinas are fine.
Like how much ice we talking?
8 inches.
Okay. And those two that are out front, you got those through the ice?
No, those were in Goderich off the steel wall yesterday.
Okay.
Nope, sorry. Shh, you didn't hear that.
You can't be giving away the hot fishing spots.
Those were in Grand Bend.
Yeah. Okay. So when you're fishing through the ice, like what are you using for bait? Like what are you using? Lures? Are you
No,
jigging?
row bags.
Using spawn?
I'm using spawn, yeah.
So you just drop a spawn bag.
Depends where you are. If you're in the marinas where there's no current, you just take a spawn bag and drop it down.
Drop it
No
straight.
weight, nothing.
Just let it sit on the bottom. A couple
Just
inches
off.
the top.
Just off the bottom.
Or, sorry, off the bottom.
Well, it depends. Some years, like last year, we had a lot of ice, and then when you get into late winter, the oxygen levels drop when you've got a lot of ice,
Okay.
and the fish tend to come up higher because there's more oxygen.
Did you actually stick
So-
your head under the water and try to breathe and notice?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it
Well,
was
that's what you do. You
personal
take a deep
observation?
breath into your lungs, and you can
Right.
feel how much you need to.
Okay, I get
And
it.
then-
All right.
So sometimes we were only fishing this far under the ice, 8 inches to a foot.
Under the ice.
Yep,
In how deep water?
10 feet, 8 to 10 feet.
So you could probably actually see the fish and come up and take the bait.
If you're very still, yes. But generally, if you stand over the hole and watch, you're moving too much, and that spooks them.
Okay.
So we stand, we'll actually put the bait down, and we'll stand 20, 30 feet back from the rod.
Okay.
So there's no thumping on the ice. Or
Right.
Because you can imagine, like, if you're on ice and you're walking,
Right.
it's noisy underneath.
That'd be
so-
like a bear walking on the ceiling right
Yeah, we'd notice
now, or
that.
a Sasquatch,
Yeah,
if they exist
yeah.
in this area.
They do. They do.
On your house.
Not on my house, but they do exist in the area.
Okay. So that's what it would be like.
Mhm.
So many fish have you got through the ice?
I've only got one this year. 'cause
You've
the
only
ice-
got one.
I've only got one boat through the ice this year, yeah.
Then what's with all these pictures you're posting?
Oh, those
Somebody
weren't
else-
through the ice.
I thought I seen a lot more pictures of.
Well, Nathan catches a lot more fish than I do.
Okay. I see. So you guys are doing well?
Oh, yeah. I would say since the beginning of December, between Nathan and myself, probably more on his side, but still between the two of us, we probably put around 300 fish in the boat, on the ice, on the shore.
300
Hmm?
between the shore, ice, and the boat.
Hmm.
Wow.
Combination of rainbows, cohos, and browns.
And the majority of those fish would be north.
North, yeah, we won't say where.
No, we will not.
Absolutely not. Well, how many did you get there the one day we were there? That was your personal best ever.
Yes, my first. Well, we went out twice that week.
Yep.
I got 14 or 15
Mhm.
rainbows the first day. We went out, which definitely personal best for me. I've never caught that
By a long shot.
By I think up until that point, my personal best was 4, and that was in Goderich, like 2013 or 2014. Actually, it was Monday of the Easter weekend.
Before work. You were the man on the river.
Before work of, like 2013, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 4 that morning. So yeah, up until then, so catching these 14 rainbows at the spot that we won't mention, definitely like the biggest day for me by far. And then we went up, like 5 days later, and I got like,
I think you only got 1 or 2 that day.
yeah, I got like, I think it was only 1. It was only 1. I got that decent, that like 5-6 pound or whatever, and that was it. So that was super disappointing because I was expecting to be what it was like the last time, like 3 or 4 days before that.
The last time I went up to that spot with Nathan was just epic. Absolutely epic. We went up there and nobody else went out that day to that area.
Right.
We were the only boat to show up. And I can understand why, because between the ice and the waves that day, that was the scariest day I've ever been on this lake.
Well, I seen the pictures.
You see the pictures of the ice, but you didn't see the pictures of the waves. We had waves come over the front of the boat and drench Nathan.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was scary. And
Like for you, scary.
for me, scary. On the way back. Yeah.
Like you were scared.
The day that we went out there and you were like, I would not have gone out here with anybody but you.
Right.
Way worse. The waves weren't a whole lot higher. They were only 10, maybe 10 feet.
Only 10 feet.
Well, the day when you and I were out there, they were 8 to 10.
Yeah, yeah.
But they were rolling.
Yeah, rolling waves.
Right? And when we came back, the waves were kicking.
Yeah.
The wind was kicking up.
Right.
So they were capping.
Right.
And capping is way rolling. I'll go out 15, 20-foot rollers because you just slide over them.
Right.
These were capping because the wind was pushing hard. And it was just like you go up a wave and I wish I would have had a GoPro on the front. We didn't take our cameras out. Like we didn't take our phones out.
Right.
We were holding on for dear life.
Yeah, you're more concerned about your life than you were.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wish I would have had a GoPro on the front of my boat because it would have been like sky into a wave, sky into a wave. It was. But the fishing, unbelievable.
And what was it like when you went out?
It was fine when we went out, but that's what I took. I took that much spawn.
Okay, so one jar.
One mason jar full of bags.
Right.
And this is tied up for the next time we go there.
Yeah.
I took that, and then Nathan took almost as much. And by the end of the day, we were tying bags. We went through them all. It was just unbelievable. Nonstop.
Like how many fish you think you got that day?
60 easy.
60.
Yep. Well, we kept 10, and we usually let 5 go for every one we kept.
60 all on what species would they be?
Rainbows, browns, and cohos.
Rainbows.
Mostly rainbows.
60 fish. And how long were you out?
It was after sun up when we launched, so it would have been about 7:30, and we were back in by 4.
And how long did it take you to get in?
It took like an hour to get back. It was not a fast drive.
And you were scared.
Yep.
Okay, with you telling me you were scared, like that must have been like some Titanic shit going on.
Yeah, it nearly was.
Like icebergs going on and...
No, once we got through the ice, the lake was fine. The lake was just waves. No ice.
Right.
Just waves. The ice was all pushed against the shore from the wind.
Oh, okay.
So there was no ice on the lake, it was just waves.
Would you do it again?
Yeah.
Like in the exact same conditions?
I made it that time, I'll make it again.
Make it again, okay. Were you wearing your...
I was wearing my flotation suit, absolutely.
what was
So
it?
if I went in the water, we're only maybe a kilometer from shore. And that float suit, I got half an hour. I can make it short in half an hour.
Was Nathan wearing a float suit?
No.
Did you have put a life jacket on?
Nope. I don't know why.
That's like Russian roulette.
Yeah. He was wearing freaking waders.
Waders.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like instant death.
Yeah, you just fill up and suck you
Suck
down.
it right down to the bottom.
I know. I don't get it. I'm not his mom.
That's hardcore. That's hardcore. So when are we going back out again?
When do you want to go?
When's the weather supposed to be like 10 degrees?
Tomorrow?
No.
Monday? Monday might be a good day. Do I have anything I have to do on Monday? Not more important than fishing, I don't think.
Like I only want to go out if it's like decent weather.
I know.
And I don't want to do 10-foot waves.
Well, that's what I'm looking for right now. Monday's 13 degrees. Mix of sun and clouds. Our wind is south 27, gusting to 41.
So what's that mean?
I mean, it'd be a fucking sketchy ride out there, but once we got there, it'd be good. 16 degrees, man. Or 13 degrees.
That's total. The weather, like the temperature's totally doable.
Yeah. So getting there and back would be sketchy, but yeah,
What do you
27.
mean sketchy?
Well, it's 27 from
Like
the south.
last week sketchy?
It's 27 gusting to 41. So
Like you can still die in 13 degrees.
yeah, I know. The water's still only 51. No, when we went out, it was 51 in the fishing area.
Okay, what's a good wind? To
East.
Like to not die.
East. Anything from the east is good to not die.
And what is it on Monday?
South.
So it's coming from Mexico.
Yeah. so it's warm.
So it's warm.
Yeah.
So we like Mexico winds.
Yeah. Oh, Mexico.
Speaking
Yes.
of, you just got back from Mexico, what, 6 weeks ago?
About that,
And you were fishing in Mexico.
yeah. Yes.
Tell me about the fishing.
The fishing was amazing.
Tell me about Mexico.
Okay, so
40 degree
the fishing in Mexico was
Mexico
amazing.
fishing.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to fish as much as I liked because the wind was so strong. There was a lot of wind. I was there for 14 days and we had 10 days of high winds.
So they were getting
Like
Goddard winds.
Like
Coming from Goddard.
red flags on the beach.
Right.
Don't go in the water kind of winds. So it finally did calm down. I got out. The most memorable moment for me was I got up at 3:30 in the morning and I went down to the beach.
Okay, hold on a minute. You're in Mexico
Yes,
on vacation.
yes. At an all-inclusive, adults-only resort.
All inclusive.
Yeah, adults only.
All the booze, food,
Yeah.
and you're up at 3:30 in the morning to go fishing.
Yes,
Carry on.
you're absolutely correct.
Just needed a minute to process.
So I went down to the beach and I put on a whole ballyhoo.
Oh, sorry?
A ballyhoo. It's a kind of fish.
A ballyhoo?
Yeah, they're a bait fish.
And that's a fish.
Mhm.
Like
They're
you
very
put-
commonly used for bait there.
So you just put on the whole fish, or
Yep,
cut it
they're
in half?
they're about this long.
Well, how, for people that are listening, like, what, like, give me an inch.
Oh, I don't know, foot to a foot and a half.
Okay, so you're putting a fish
Yeah,
that's a foot and a half long
Yeah.
on a hook,
2 hooks.
2 hooks.
Yes, I bought, and I'm never going to do this again. I will not do it. I bought a braided steel leader
Right.
line because I
That
figured.
sun's really coming through that window.
Yes, it is.
Is it ruining the?
No, we look
So-
amazing.
so-
I look a lot better than you do. But
Naturally.
yeah, I bought this 100-pound braided steel leader line because I figured ocean fish have big teeth,
Right.
chew through line. So I tied up 2 hooks, one to go in right behind the ballyhoo's neck, and then another one to go in near the tail. So it didn't matter where the fish would hit it, I'd hook it.
Right.
So I'm like, great, I'm covered. This is all good. Braided steel line. What the heck is going to chew through braided steel?
I think we just might find out.
Yeah. So I huck it out there.
So
Miss-
you cast this out?
Yeah, I wade out up to my waist and then
Okay.
chuck it out in the ocean.
Okay,
And
now
then I
you're
go back and
relying on like some current or waves or something to get it out. Like, how far are you out from the shore? Like,
I'm wading out maybe 20 meters.
so you're going out 20 meters from
Yeah,
the shore,
and
and
then
then
I'm
you're
hawking it.
casting out another 20.
Yeah, another 20, 30. I got a lot of weight on there because the currents are crazy in the ocean.
Right, right. And then you stay where you
No, no,
are,
I walk
and then
back.
you walk back to the.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I brought my rod into a log on the beach.
Okay. Did you bring the log with you?
Yeah, all the way from Canada.
Okay.
It goes in oversized luggage.
Right.
So, anyways, and I'll get another story about. Anyways,
About the log or oversized luggage?
well, getting into Mexico.
Oh, okay.
I almost didn't get into Mexico.
Right. We'll just give it. A
So, anyways, I think I missed 1 or 2 fish, caught a couple little fish, and then all of a sudden my rod goes off, and I set the hook, and this fish went. I've never seen anything ballistic. I got 80-pound braided line on, and
Okay, so when you say ballistic, so if you were writing this, would you put ballistic in like big caps?
bull capital,
Like full on
yeah,
ballistic.
like ballistic. I've never
Okay.
ever experienced, and I didn't get to see it because it was dark.
Yeah.
It's like 4:30 in the morning by the time this happened.
Okay.
It's dark. Anyways, I hooked this fish, and comes straight at me. In the air, in the air, in the air, in the air. Gone to the left, in the air, gone to the right, in the air, out. Just peeling line, back at me, in the air, gone. And I'm like, bring it in. And that maybe 4-minute fight,
Right.
teeth right through the braided steel.
So what's the
I have no idea.
pound test? Like what
Oh,
was
it's 100 pounds.
So it's rated for
100 pound braided steel. And he chewed through it
Chewed
in like
through.
4 minutes.
Obviously you have no idea what it was.
Couldn't see it because it was dark. I mean, if it was daylight, I would have seen it.
Right.
Because it took as much airtime as a 747 on its way to Beijing.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane. So, I was very disappointed
So
with that. Next year, it's solid steel line.
So 747 can make it to Beijing in 4 minutes.
It's a metaphor.
I get it.
Okay.
Just-
So, anyways, when I went to Mexico, I figured I'm going for 2 weeks. I'm in an all-inclusive resort.
Yep.
Going to be drinking a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What does a smoker do when they drink a lot? Smoke a lot.
Yes.
So I was like, all right, I'll take 3 cartons of smokes.
For how long?
2 weeks.
And
2
wh-
full
and-
weeks, 14 days.
And what do you do when you drink a lot?
Smoke a lot.
And you thought 3 cartons was going to be enough?
It was.
Okay.
It did.
Okay.
It,
Okay.
actually brought a few packs back.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Well, when you get up at 3:30 in the morning to fish, you only drink so late.
Yeah, I get it.
So,
It all makes sense.
yeah. Anyway, 3 cartons of smokes. I didn't think anything of it. Just taking 3 cartons of smokes to
Yeah.
Mexico. Hey, fuck, anything goes to Mexico,
I
right?
wouldn't think anything of it myself.
No, I didn't either. So I go and I get my oversized luggage.
Your log.
Yeah. And I'm walking through it. Well, that's a flag.
Yeah.
So they pull me over. Like, sir, over here, please. All right. Whatever. I got nothing to hide. And I'm not smuggling coke or anything like
Yeah,
that. It
just
goes
the-
the other way, not
just
this
the
way.
log.
Just the log.
To put your rod in.
Yeah.
Fishing
So,
rod.
whatever. The guy opens up my suitcase, pulls out the first carton of cigarettes, sets it down. Pulls out the second carton of cigarettes, sets it down. Pulls out the third carton of cigarettes, sets it down. He says, do you have any more cigarettes? I'm like, well, I got per pack here. Totally forget. Oh, no, I did. I had another half carton in my backpack.
Right.
Forgot about that. So, yeah, I probably did smoke all 3 cartons when I was there. And then he says, okay, well, come with me. All right, whatever. So I go with him, and he's like, well, you're smuggling these 2 cartons. I wasn't smuggling anything. I wasn't trying to hide it.
Right.
He's like, okay, well, you got to pay this much for the he did not speak English worth of crap. Not worth of shit. So understanding him was a battle on its own.
You're picking up every 3rd or 4th word.
If that.
If that. Okay.
Basically. Well, and he's talking in pesos, and I'm like, okay, well, he's like, those 3,000 pesos. And I'm like, just that's $1.50. Anyway, long story short, the tariffs plus the fines for trying to smuggle those 2 cartons of cigarettes added up to $560 US. And I'm like, what? I'm like, just keep the smokes and let me go.
Right.
Nope, we caught you. Can't do that. I'm like, holy jeez, man, I burned my credit card up right before I left buying all the shit I want for my trip, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if there's $1 left on it or if there's $200 left on it. But the one thing I know is there's not 560 US.
Right.
Because I only have a $500 credit card.
So that's what, $750 Canadian?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what do we do? He's like, give me a credit card. And I'm like, it's not going to work. I have cash. Like, I got lots of cash on me. Because everything in Mexico is cash, right?
Right.
You hire a fishing boat, it's cash. You go on a day trade, it's cash. It's all cash.
Mexican prostitute. Like,
Yeah. Exactly. Well, no, I had a big wad of Canadian Tire money. Anyways.
Who's that?
Natalie.
Okay.
So,
Who's Natalie?
Coast as well.
Oh, right.
So I was like, he tries to swipe the card. Of course, it doesn't work. And what do you want to do? He's like, I don't know. So he tries a smaller amount. Swipes the card, doesn't work. I'm like, no shit, it's not going to work. Keeps going down and down in the amounts. And I'm like, this is customs. Like in Canada, if you come into Canada or the U.S. and you've got a fine, that's the fine.
Yeah.
So he goes down and down and down, and it was all in pesos, so I
Yeah.
don't know how much. So finally he says, you're going to have to pay this, and I'm like, or what? He's like, are you going to immigration and on a plane back home? And I'm like, so I thought about calling John.
Yeah.
Being like, John, give me your credit card number. And then I'm like, no, I'm just going to see what happens here. I'm not going to call John until they're actually walking me to immigration.
Right.
So he goes, he talks to somebody else, and he comes back. Down and down and down. We finally ended up paying, it was like $120
Canadian.
Canadian.
And then
And then he gives me the smokes back.
He gives you the smoke. That doesn't make any sense.
No sense at all. I'm like, everything in Mexico is negotiable.
Huh.
So here's the best story about my traveling to Mexico and back. So I get on the plane to come back, right? I get the shuttle from the resort to the airport. Get to the airport. I got 3 hours to kill to my flight. 7 in the morning. What do?
Drink.
Drink. And I was exhausted. because I had been fishing hardcore.
Right.
Like the day before I left, I got up 3:30, went to the beach, fished in the morning, went out on a charter for the afternoon, got back, fished at night off the beach again.
Right.
So I'd only slept like maybe 3 hours. When you know what it's like, you have a couple beers when you sleep 3 hours and you're like, boom,
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
So, and I sat right.
Which is not a bad thing for a flight before a flight home.
No, exactly, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So I picked a bar right where my plane was boarding, and I watched everybody board. And the last couple people are getting on, chugged my last beer, and then got on the plane. Because I hate being the first one on the plane.
Yeah.
Always the last one.
Right.
So I stumble down the fucking, get in my seat. And there's a lady and her husband, and I'm against the window. As soon as I get in my seat, done. Out. I don't remember pulling away. I don't remember lift off, nothing.
Right.
Gone. So I wake up, and I look at the lady beside me, and it's, how far are we? She's like, oh, you got about an hour and a half left. I'm like, all right. If I get cozy back into my seat and I start dozing off, right away I start dreaming. I'm on the beach in Mexico. Fishing. Right?
Yeah.
And my rod, I get a hit and I'm like, whoa. I said, I'm so sorry, I just missed a fish. She's like, that's okay, you caught like 12 while you were sleeping.
Good.
That's my favorite story of the whole trip.
That's a good story. Did you not? You got a barracuda?
I got lots of barracuda.
Well, you got more than one.
Oh yeah, I got way more than one. I just sent you pictures of the biggest one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I got barracuda. I got all kinds of crazy fish. It's amazing. I love ocean fishing.
Like how big was actually what was the size?
Well, I
of
showed
that
you the
barracuda?
picture, and I know everybody exaggerates, but that one was probably about that.
Like for those who aren't watching, we're just listening to this. Like
Right.
feet.
Sorry, I forget. People are listening. That's over 3 feet.
Okay, so a 3-foot barracuda.
Yeah.
And what would that be in pounds?
I have no idea. I don't know what they weigh in at.
Well, you held it.
I know I held it,
And
but
you
I
did your exaggerated picture like you always do.
with my long arms.
Yeah. If you ever see a picture of Dave holding a fish, he has. I'm sorry, but I'm going to throw you under the bus.
Yeah, go ahead. Fair enough.
He has a way of positioning, doing this magical shit with it, the way he holds a fish for the picture to make it look significantly larger than what the fish really is. I can remember.
I've stopped doing that now.
Really?
Have you looked at my recent pictures?
So you're telling me so those fish that I just looked at in those pictures were as big as they appeared? Not like the car rear view mirror shit
No.
bigger than or whatever
Pictures?
it says.
Look at, where are my arms in that picture?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big fish.
Like you can obviously see my elbow there. I'm not holding that fish out.
Yeah, it still looks fishy though. No, I can remember.
I'm like, seriously, that picture, I'm not holding a fish.
Yeah, what is like that's your Facebook profile. Sorry, it's a can you get that on the like that's
No, where's your
super hilarious. if you can see that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like what is that? Like where did that come from?
The pond at the shop.
Like what, you drilled a hole and
Yeah, we were ice fishing on the
You were
goldfish. Yeah, look at it. We drilled a hole. We were ice fishing in the goldfish